client was a national waste and construction services company, and the project was to help them to improve their sales performance, get more onto their bottom line, to help them deal with price pressure and to help them understand how best to communicate the value of the services they provided in a very mass market kind of environment. The outcome, you could look at it on 3 or 4 different levels. There was an individual benefit for each of the salespeople where they felt more confident, more comfortable in terms of having those difficult conversations to try to defend against pushback. Organizationally, there was a better sharing of understanding and knowledge between the team members. Yes, they were selling different services, but they now recognized that they sometimes dealt with the same clients. So the ability to have that conversation internally was really supportive, was probably the best way of describing that one. From the sales manager's perspective, because we'd shown them a process and we talked about negotiation with them, because we'd shown them that process to take somebody from initial conversation, initial starting point through to closing, the sales manager found that he could better tap into where they were in that process, understand where any support and help we needed. And then the final element was, it was financial. If you look at the outcome that most businesses want, these guys managed to put, I think within 6 months, they put 3% to their bottom line. So we sat down with the sales teams, helped them to understand where their strengths were, because again, nobody had ever done that, to help them look and say, well, what are we already good at? And then to look at the areas where they could improve. So one of them, for example, was understanding their pricing in relationship to the market, helping them to be ambitious and in fact to be confident with the ambition of their pricing, because they were one of the more expensive providers within that market. And as I'm sure you can imagine, people will often go, or like to think they go for the lowest price. So what we helped them to do is to be more confident in terms of that pricing by understanding how they could communicate the value of what they delivered and what they did. So what did they do that was different, that set them apart from everybody else, that actually tied into the wants and needs and benefits that the client was looking for. We helped them to understand how to negotiate, how to have that conversation, to give that initial price, deal with the pushback, deal with the questions and queries people would have, to make the client feel comfortable that what they were getting was a good deal.